You look successful, but behind the image, you may be drowning in debt, anxiety, and pressure to keep up. Millions are trapped in a race nobody admits exists. But what if real success begins when you stop performing for others? Stay with me, because the hidden cost of looking successful may change how you see money, status, and your own life. Every morning, millions of Americans wake up and put on a performance. Not for their families, not for their friends, for everyone watching. Success has become something to display, not something to build. The pressure starts early. Get the degree, get the job, buy the car, keep moving even if you're drowning. Many people look wealthy long before they become wealthy, and that's where the trap begins. The nicer the image, the heavier the burden. Credit cards make the illusion easy. Social media makes it permanent. Everyone seems ahead of you. New house, new car, new vacation. What you don't see is the debt behind the picture. The anxiety, the sleepless nights, the fear of falling behind. America rewards appearances more than most.
If you made it this far, you already know your brain is capable of more. The first link in the pinned comment reveals the simple reading method thousands are using to absorb information faster, remember more, and think with greater clarity. Don't wait until everyone else gets ahead. See it while it's still there.
People realize. People judge success in seconds, and many spend years paying for those seconds. But the truly wealthy often play a different game. They focus less on looking rich and more on becoming rich. They understand a simple truth. Attention is expensive. Wealth is quiet. Most people buy things they don't need to impress people they barely know. And often, those people are doing the exact same thing. It's a competition nobody officially joined, yet everyone feels forced to play. The result is predictable. More stress, more debt, less freedom. The irony is almost painful. People chase the image of freedom, while accepting chains they cannot see. Monthly payments become permanent companions. The bigger the lifestyle, the bigger the pressure. And pressure changes people. Turns dreams into obligations, passion into survival, and life into a never-ending performance. The question is, who are you trying to convince? Your neighbors? Your coworkers? Strangers on the internet? Most of them are fighting battles you can't see, and many are pretending just as much as you are. The game only ends when you stop playing it. Real wealth starts with a different decision. A decision to value ownership over appearances, assets over attention, freedom over status, peace over comparison. Because comparison has no finish line. Someone will always have more, a bigger house, a newer car, a more impressive lifestyle. But none of that guarantees happiness, and none of it guarantees freedom. True success is often invisible. It's the ability to choose your own life, without needing anyone's approval. And that may be the rarest form of wealth in America today. But if it's so obvious, why do so many people keep chasing appearances? Because the system rewards the image before it rewards the reality. People trust confidence they can see, even when it's built on debt. A luxury car can create instant respect. The monthly payment stays hidden. A beautiful apartment attracts admiration. The rent bill arrives in private. Social media shows the reward. It rarely shows the sacrifice. This is how
Think you can make it to the end? Stay with the story until the final second. Then comment, "I made it to the end," to prove you caught the hidden lesson most people miss. Thousands never finish and lose the biggest insight. Don't stop now. The ending changes everything.
Comparison becomes dangerous. You compare your reality to someone else's highlight reel, and reality almost always loses that battle. That's why so many people feel behind, even when they're doing better than they think. The pressure isn't always external. Sometimes it's the voice inside your own head. The voice that says you're not successful enough, not rich enough, not impressive enough. And that voice can become more expensive than any credit card, because it pushes people into decisions they never needed to make. A bigger loan, a bigger payment, a bigger burden. The cycle feeds itself. Stress creates spending. Spending creates debt. Debt creates more stress, and the loop continues. Breaking the cycle requires something difficult. The courage to be ordinary, to drive a car that's paid off, to live below your means, to ignore the applause you never needed, because wealth grows best in silence. No audience, no spotlight, just consistent decisions repeated for years. And one day, the life you wanted no longer needs to be displayed. That's when something unexpected happens. You stop trying to prove yourself, because you no longer need permission to feel successful. The pressure begins to disappear, not overnight, but little by little. You realize most people were never judging you as much as you imagine. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves, just like you were. The race was never against them. It was against your own insecurities. And insecurity is a market worth billions. Entire industries profit from making you feel inadequate, because dissatisfaction sells. Contentment does not. That's why choosing enough can feel revolutionary. Enough income, enough possessions, enough validation, because the moment you stop performing, you finally start living. Yet many people never reach that realization. They spend decades chasing a finish line that keeps moving. A promotion leads to another goal. A bigger paycheck creates bigger expectations. More success often brings more pressure, because external success cannot solve internal insecurity. That's why some millionaires still feel behind, and some ordinary people sleep peacefully. The difference is rarely income, it's perspective, the ability to define success for yourself. Instead of borrowing someone else's definition, maybe success is owning your time. Maybe it's spending more time with family. Maybe it's building something meaningful, not something impressive. Meaningful things rarely attract applause. They grow quietly in the background, just like real wealth, and just like genuine confidence. Genuine confidence is surprisingly boring to watch. It doesn't need constant proof. It doesn't need expensive symbols. It doesn't panic when someone else succeeds, because it isn't built on comparison. The silent pressure loses power when you stop measuring yourself against strangers. And when you remember something easy to forget, no one gets to define your life but you. Not your neighbors, not your coworkers, not the internet. The internet profits from your insecurity. Your peace depends on resisting that business model. The goal isn't to impress everyone. The goal is to build a life you don't need to escape from. A life where Monday doesn't feel like a punishment. A life where bills don't own your future. A life where success feels like freedom, not performance. That version of success rarely trends, but it lasts much longer than applause. Applause fades faster than most people expect. The new car becomes normal. The luxury apartment becomes familiar. The expensive watch stops feeling special. Human beings adapt to almost everything. That's why chasing status never ends. Every achievement quickly becomes the new baseline, and the pressure starts all over again, unless you choose a different path. A path based on values instead of validation, on purpose instead of appearances, on freedom instead of approval, because approval is rented, freedom is owned. One disappears when people stop watching. The other remains when you're completely alone. The silent pressure will always exist, but you don't have to obey it. The moment you stop performing for strangers is the moment your real life finally begins. If these videos help you spot the financial traps keeping you stuck and show you practical ways to break free, subscribe now, like this video, comment your biggest money lesson, and share it with someone who needs to see it. Every interaction helps spread the knowledge that could change someone's next financial decision. Don't wait, your future self will thank you.